Non-conventional power plant. Doon tayo sa sources of energy. Before natin i-define ang term na non-conventional, doon tayo sa conventional. Kasi kabaliktaran lang naman yun eh. So, ang conventional, they are generally non-renewable sources of energy which are being used extensively in such a way that their known reserves have been depleted to a great extent. So, meaning dito, limitado lang yung sources natin. Kung saan pag nagamit mo yon, hindi yun napapalitan naturally. Okay, kaya may posible na maubos yon. So, punta naman tayo dun sa non-conventional. So, syempre, kabaliktaran nga lang yun ang definition. So, they are generally renewable sources of energy which are being produced continuously in nature. Ito naman, walang katapusan yung sources natin. Kahit na gaano kadami ang gamitin mo, hindi mo mauubos yun. So, ito yung topic natin. Non-conventional sources. So, meron tayong mga iilan na sources na maaari natin sabing hindi nauubos. So, una na doon yung ocean energy. Paano siya hindi nauubos? Kasi about 70% of Earth's surface is water covered. And yung ocean doon ay nagko-compose ng almost 97% no Earth's water. Kaya pwede natin sabihin na siya ay hindi nauubos. And at the same time, ang water din nag-exist sa air as the water vapor. Next naman natin is the wind energy. For the wind energy, yan ay simply air in motion. Hindi naman tayo mabubuhay kung walang air. So once may air, there is a possible na may motion, therefore producing wind. Okay, so napuproduce yan by different in temperature sa surface. So that causes the wind to be produced or that causes the air to be in motion. Next natin is the solar energy. So solar energy, that is the energy that came from the sun's rays or sun's heat ray or radiation. Then, meron rin tayong geothermal energy. Okay, why is geothermal energy considered as the renewable source? Kasi, yung heat generated by the Earth's core is almost unlimited. And at the same time, hindi naman lahat ng location pwede mo lagyan ng geothermal power plant. So, may mga certain cases lang kung saan yung init na yon ay malapit sa Earth's crust. Pwede natin ma-extract yun. So, kung ganon, limitado yung magagawa ng geothermal power plant that is inversely proportional naman doon sa source. Kaya yan ay renewable or non-conventional power plant. Okay, meron pa tayong ibang sources of energy. Hindi lang natin dito na ilagay. So, yun yung mga bioenergy, okay, in the form of biogas, okay, which is derived from the term biomass. Ito yung energy na nakukuha doon sa mga human or natural waste. Okay, katulad na lang ng methane. Yan na yung ating sources of energy. Considered as non-conventional or renewable energy. Start tayo sa ocean energy. For ocean energy, meron niyang dalawang klase. Okay, so meron tayong tinatawag na mechanical energy from the tides and the waves. Although naapektuhan ng init yung tubig, ang tides ay nafu-form primarily by the gravitational pull ng moon. And at the same time, ang waves ay primarily driven by the winds. So pag pinagsama natin yung dalawang ito, matatawag natin yang tidal energy. And the other one is the thermal energy from the sun's heat na umaapekto dun sa tubig natin. So due to the temperature difference na makukuha natin doon sa ocean or doon sa tubig, doon naman natin siya tatawagin as OTEC. Yung types of energy sa ocean energy. May have the tidal energy, meron tayong OTEC. Ang focus natin dito is yung OTEC. So ano ba yung OTEC? OTEC meaning Ocean Thermal Energy Conversion. This is the process that can produce electricity by using temperature difference between deep cold ocean water and warm tropical surface water. Meron tayo ditong diagram for the OTEC. So ito yung ating diagram. So nandiyan rin yung mga parts na kailangan natin. Since gumagana ito sa temperature difference, meron tayong cold and hot water or warm water. So yun yung pinaka-sources natin for the heat exchanger. So dito sa ating schematic diagram, mas makikita natin yung itsura niya. So meron tayo ditong cold water sa baba, yan yung magpapalamig doon sa ating condenser. And then meron tayong hot water dito naman sa evaporator. And yung dalawang yan, nakakonekta yan dito, makikita natin sa diagram. Ito yung cold, ito yung hot, meron yung mixed water, i-return mo lang yan sa ocean. Ano ba yung fluid ng OTEC natin? So ang fluid natin dito is ammonia. Okay, due to the low boiling point ng ammonia natin, so at ordinary temperature ng water surface, pwede niyang maging vapor in form. And yung vapor na yan, pupunta sa turbine natin, yan yung dadaan dyan para makapag-produce tayo ng electricity. Then, babalik yan dito sa condenser, yun na nga, gagawin siyang liquid naman dun sa cold water. So, yan yung ating ocean thermal energy conversion na diagram. Problem number 1. An OTEC power plant generates 10,000 kilowatts using a warm surface water. Inlet temperature of 26 degrees Celsius and a cold deep water temperature of 15 degrees Celsius. On the basis of a 3 Celsius degree drop in the temperature of the warm water and a 3 Celsius degree rise in the temperature of cold water due to removal and addition of heat, calculate the power required to pump the cold deep water to the surface and through the system heat exchanger if the required pumping pressure increase is 12 kilopascal. Assume a Carnot cycle efficiency and density of cold water to be 1,000 kg per cubic meter. Given is the power output doon sa ating OTEC, 10,000 kilowatts. Temperature ng warm, 26. Temperature ng cold, 15 degrees Celsius. Change in temperature sa warm at change in temperature sa cold water, parehas lang, 3 Celsius degree. Then, change in pressure, 12 kilopascal. Then, consider natin yung power plant to be Carnot cycle efficient, wherein the density of cold water, 1,000 kg per cubic meter. Ang required is the power ng pump doon sa cold water. Iba pa kasi yung power sa warm water kasi may pump din doon. Okay, so ang formula natin for the pump power, okay, alam naman natin na yan, power ng pump, that is gamma QH. De-define lang natin yan isa-isa. Mayroon ang H natin, yan yung kanyang change in pressure over specific weight or the pressure head. Hindi na natin lalagyan ng velocity head kasi hindi natin makuha na may velocity head. Hindi rin natin lalagyan yung elevation kasi hindi naman na nakalagay o hindi naka-indicate. Kaya yan lang yung ating head. Then ang Q natin, the flow rate, that is the same in this symbol. Volume flow rate din yan, ha? Kaya pag inayos natin yung ating formula, makita natin na yung specific weight, pag nilagay mo yung definition ng head, magka-cancel ang gamma, specific weight. Kaya may iwan ang formula na to. Volume flow rate times the change in pressure. And yan na ngayon yung magiging working equation natin para sa power. Ngayon, since cold water ang pinag-uusapan, meron daw tayong change doon. So, meron tayong sensible heat doon sa cold water, that is MC delta T. Take note, cold water tayo wherein the mass is density times the volume flow rate. And yung cold water na yan, na inabsorb, yan din yung heat rejected nung OTEC power plant natin. Therefore, pag inayos natin yan, ang heat rejected natin sa power plant, that is the same sa heat absorbed dun sa cold water, magiging ganito yung formula. Hindi naman kailangan tandaan ito. Ito yung pinakamahalaga dyan. Pinakita lang natin isa-isa para ma-derive natin ito. Next, considering Carnot cycle efficiency. Okay, yung power plant daw is Carnot efficient. Therefore, kung gagamitin natin ang concept ni Carnot, meron tayong formula na ganito. Heat and temperature relationship. So, wherein QA over QR equals T high over T low. Kaya lang, wala namang binanggit na heat added. Ang heat added, yan naman nasa warm. Work net is QA minus QR. Yun na nga, ang work net natin, that is the same sa power. Naka per unit time lang. Ngayon, pag inayos natin ngayon yan, dito sa ating Carnot efficient formula, mag-a-arrive tayo sa formula na to. Papalitan mo lang yung heat added. We will arrive to power ng OTEC plus heat rejected over heat rejected equals T high over T low. So, eto na yung formula natin. Tatlo yan. Ito, at saka ito. So, tuloy na tayo. Nakuha na natin yung mga formula ang gagamitin natin. Ito pa rin yung given. Ang required, tandaan, is the power ng pump sa cold water. So, simulan natin doon sa pangatlong formula nating nakuha. Ito yun. Since given na itong mga to, we have 10,000 power ng OTEC. And yung T high natin, that is the temperature ng warm water. Then, ang T low natin, yun yung magiging temperature doon sa cold water. Yun yung pinaka-sources natin Then, we will arrive to the heat rejected 261,818.18 kilowatts. Tandaan, yan din yung heat na na-absorb ng cold water. Kaya pwede natin gamitin ang formula na to. So, substitute lang natin. Makukuha natin ang volume flow rate, 20.84 cubic meter per second. So, once na nakuha na natin yan, pwede natin gamitin na papunta sa working equation natin. Kasi yun lang yung kulang So, pump power now, substitute natin yung given sa kayo na compute natin, makukuha ang power na 250.08 kilowatts.